Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Okay, in this project we're actually going to start the design process for the project. Okay, and the idea is that we're going to create some setbacks. These setbacks will be fairly loose to start off with, but they give us something to play with. Okay, we're going to use reference planes within Revit to draw them. But I'm also going to introduce you to elements of the Victorian Building Regulations. Okay, so do remember that these regulations only apply to the state of Victoria, and we are assuming no other design requirements apply. Okay, so if you don't live in the state of Victoria and or you're not in Australia or anything like that, very, very important that you do research for your particular area and the rules that apply to you. Also, please don't forget to like, subscribe and share to the channel. Okay, so what I have done is create a fresh um, drafting view with some information, critical information I've extracted. Okay, so we have here street setbacks. Okay, so these are from the regulations. Okay, and we're going to assume that we have no existing buildings on the adjoining allotments and that we are on an undeclared road. Okay, which means that would be any other street. Okay, so let's work on that first. Okay, let's get our front street back sorted out. And remember, this is the minimum, but to maximize yield, we'll stick to that minimum. So I'm going to go to my level 0 at this stage. We're going to go to the architecture tab and we're going to draw a reference plane. I have done a video previously on these. They look like lines, but they behave in 3D, which means you can see them in elevation as well. Right. So with the reference plane, this is my undeclared road. So we're going to treat this as the front. Okay, and let me just put a bit of information there. Okay, to provide some context there. It's the undeclared road, and this is the front of the site. Okay, so back to our reference plane. So what we are doing here is drawing a reference plane here. Okay, so just left click to draw the line. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to copy this reference plane. So to copy, okay, in our modify area, okay, we have a command here, copy or CO. Yeah, so I'm just going to click on this icon here. It's going to say down here in the bottom left hand corner, click to enter your start point, which is here. Okay, so that's where I'm starting my copy. So left click that, and then I'm going to move it 4 meters to the right. Okay, and that becomes my 4 meter front setback. So that meets this one here. Okay, that's the minimum that I have to have. All right, side and rear setbacks. Okay, we're just going to look at the side for the time being. Okay, and it says here if a building is 3.6 meters or less, okay, the minimum setback from the side or rear boundary at that point is 1 meter. Okay, so let's punch in that. So we're going to do this for the top and the bottom. Okay, so again, back architecture, reference plane. I'm going to draw my top one there, and again I'm going to do the copy function. So select the line, copy. My start point can be anywhere because it's all relative. Type in 1000, enter, hit escape. Right, so that's one of our side setbacks. And we're going to repeat that command for the other side setback here down the bottom. So again, left click, select the reference plane, copy, click to start your move point, and then type in the value that you want. Now there is another command called offset. We'll look at that one later on. Okay. So what we have now is we have a 1000 millimeter setback here. We have a 1000 millimeter setback here. The last one we want to look at is a rear setback. Now, if I was to follow this rule here for, let's say, conventional design, okay, what I would end up is no space for a backyard, because it would only be a metre wide, and that's not really enough area for anybody to live or move. Okay. So if we come over here to the right hand side, okay, we have a clause or a section within our regulations called private open space. Okay, there's a lot more to it, but we're going to look at this rule here, which is we're going to create a private open space that is not less than 25 meters squared with a minimum dimension of 3 meters. Okay, and we're going to call that the rear yard. Okay, so level 0. Okay, so we're going to repeat the same command now, and now we're going to put the reference plane here. So again, select. If you want to copy using your keys, the command is CO. And here we're going to go we're going to offset or copy 3 meters. Okay, so I have a 3 meter rear setback here, 1 meter on the sides, and a 4 meter setback at the front. Yeah. Now, in the setback guidance, I have included this little part here, which is walls and carports and boundaries. It is a clause that allows you to build on the boundary. We will do that in a later part of the video, to put a garage down. But for the time being, what we have done here is highlighted a rectangular area here that is the starting point of the design. Okay, that is the limit for where some of the walls can go. Okay, there is going to be more complexity added to this, but this is the starting point. Okay, and this is not about Revit, this is about building design. And a really good way of looking at building design is not try to finish the job initially. Start with very simple shapes, and look for your limitations. Okay, find your restrictions, find out what you're really not allowed to do, and bring your project within those boundaries. Okay, so we're not going to design or draw a rectangular shape here. Okay, we're just not going to do it. But at least we know that the building has to fit within that area. Okay, we have a lot of other checks to do, like area, light courts, and all of that sort of stuff. But we've got somewhere to start. Okay, so we'll leave the video at that. We are at 10 minutes. Okay, next video, we will keep looking at the design process. Okay, but until then, we will see you later.